Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I've got this really pretty, flirty, love heart, Valentine's-y set to show you all. So I've got a clear layer of acrylic down on my practice hand, and I'm using a new acrylic system that I'm just trying. So this is from Diamond Nail Supplies, and I'm using their monomer and their clarity acrylic, which is their clear acrylic. So I've applied the tips to my hand, filed and shaped them, and then I've laid down a thin layer of that clear acrylic as a base for my design. So I'm coming in on the little finger with Glitterama's Candy Red and Ruby Shoes, and I'm just going to fade that Ruby Shoes over the Candy Red acrylic. So I applied my first bead. I'd picked up 2 small beads, so I just quickly smoothed it out rather than letting it go to waste, and then come in on top with a better bead. So I'm just blending out the back of that bead and then pulling the rest of that colour down the nail with my brush, just patting and pulling it into place, trying to keep the bulk of the product in the centre of that nail. However, I am just applying this thinly as I will cap in the clear acrylic. I love this red, it's so beautifully pigmented. So then I'm going to come in with Ruby Shoes, and like I said, I'm just going to fade that over the nail. So then over the top of that, I'm coming in with Romance, which is a glitter from Charlie's Nail Art. I do have a discount code for Charlie's Nail Art, so I will leave that in the description box below, along with their website, so do check them out. So this is quite a chunky mix, so I'm just picking out the pieces I want. I didn't want any of the 2 larger pieces, so I was just swiping them away. But I've just picked this up with a bead of that clear acrylic, and I'm just patting and nudging it along where that fade is. This has also got some really cute little hearts in it, so I was just trying to get 1 or 2 of them in this nail as well. Once I'm happy with how that glitter is placed, I am then going to cap this now in the clarity, as I will be pinching this set. So I'm going to finish each now individually rather than do my capping at the end. I'm just faffing about with that glitter. So then I'm going to come in and cap. I have left capping in for this now only, just because I didn't want the video to be super long. So I place my first bead of acrylic, and I'm just patting and gently pulling it down the nail, trying to not play with that acrylic too much because I don't want to create any air bubbles. Then the same pretty much for that next bead, just patting the sidewalls out so that they're nice and thin, and then moving the rest of the acrylic down the nail. And then this bead, just placing it just before the cuticle area, nudging it up into that cuticle area, and then patting it down the sidewalls before pulling the rest over the previous bead of acrylic. Because these nails were quite long, I did decide to come in with another bead for the apex, just so it was slightly higher. So I'm just blending the back of that bead out and then trying to leave the bulk of that product there. So then unfortunately I forgot to hit record, but I've basically laid a thin layer of brilliant white from Glitterama onto the ring finger, as I am going to be applying some decals over the top of that. And before, you just see me checking the nail, and I'm doing it again here because I don't want to pinch too early and mess up the acrylic. So I was just waiting until that felt set enough but not fully set so that I could come in and pinch. So then I'm just coming in with this water decal. It's a little hard to see on camera, but it's meant to be a butterfly. So you have just placed that in some water for around 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'm just placing it on the nail. It was just smoothing it out as it decided to stick together. So I'm just placing that roughly in the centre of the nail. I'm not worrying too much about the excess over the sides, as that will file away. I was just trying my hardest to make sure all the creases were out. So that was a bit more of a priority rather than worrying about the excess. So it's just smoothing that out. And I'm then going to come in with some little purple flowers just to finish that nail off, as I felt it looked a bit like the butterfly was just plonked in the middle. So I'm just coming in, and I've just done the same, cut these decals out, applied them in some water, and then just placing them on the nail. So I'm just going to leave them just to dry, just for a few seconds, not for too long, as I've got a cap and then pinch that now. But just whilst I was waiting for that, I'm coming in with just a small bead of candy red at the cuticle area, just to get a nice neat cuticle. So again, working quite thin, as this now will be capped, just nudging that acrylic into place. I did faff around with this now a little bit more, but because of how pigmented these colours are, I was trying my hardest not to get any on the skin, as it probably would stain. So then I'm coming in with the Ruby Shoes. This is a pre-mixed glitter acrylic, so it's really easy to work with. And I'm just bringing that down 3/4 of the way down the nail. Not worrying if I go over that cuticle area, as it is a really pretty glitter, so it did look kind of nice. However, I am leaving the tip of the nail slightly clear, so it's not fully covered, just going for that glass nail look. And I'm then coming in with some more of that romance glitter from Charlie's Nail Art, just nudging that around, getting the hearts how I would like them, and some of the more chunky pieces into place. Just taking my time with small wet beads of acrylic each time, just to make sure I'm happy with the placement. And once I am happy with that, I'm then going to cap the previous nail. However, I did do that off camera, so I went off camera. I didn't want this video to be super long. I went off camera and capped both those nails in clear acrylic. And then on this nail, I'm going to do a marble. So I've just done a really thin wet bead of the candy red, just as a base to keep that cuticle area nice and neat. Now this marble is just going to be the candy red and brilliant white, and I'm not worried too much about creating a too perfect marble, sorry, as this is just going to be a background for some crystals. But I didn't want it to just be plain, you know, even though there was going to be crystals on there, I wanted something in the background. So I just thought, you know, let's do a marble. So just picking up really wet beads, bringing my brush to a point and then swirling them together. And then once I've finished applying that, I'm then going to come in with the Ruby Shoes Premix Glitter and then also Purple Glitz. I think it's called Purple Glitz. Like I said, I will leave everything in the description box below. It's super late and I don't have the products to hand. But I wanted to add a little bit of purple just so it tied in that purple decal just a little bit more. So as you can see, I'm now going to come in and just gently swirl those glitters in, nice and wet, nice and thin, as I don't want to add loads of bulk. So I'll just let you watch this bit. So once I'm finished with that glitter, I'm then going to cap this now in clear. So I then did that off camera and I then filed, buffed all of the nails into shape, contoured them, all of that jazz, and then give them a good scrub. I'm then coming in with some Miss You jewellery gel and I'm going to use this to apply my crystals. So there's a couple of different methods of using this, and in this particular video I've gone with this method, which is applying a thin layer of the jewellery gel to the entire nail, then whilst it's still wet, applying your top coat over the top of that, and then placing your jewels on. This saves top coating around your nails, however I think I decided to anyway. So then, yeah, as you can see, I'm just coming in over the top with my CJP Tack Free Top Gloss. And I just wanted to show you what that marble looked like without the crystals. So I'm then coming in with this large heart, which is also from Charlie's Nail Art. And I'm just placing that in the centre of the nail. And then I'm just going to do little trails up the nail with these mixed size AB crystals. So once that's all finished, I'm going to come in and top coat the rest of the nails. And then that's it really, that's the end of the video. I'll then pop these in my LED lamp for 60 seconds to cure. And then I've left a little clip at the end to show you what the finished result looked like. So let me know what you think of this set. It's the first Valentine's set I've done in a very long time. So yeah, let me know if you liked it in the comments below. If so, please also give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, then please do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.